Hello, people. Welcome to Main Event Boxing Talk. I'm your host, God. Right, let's get on with it. Let's kick. Are you right then, Tom?
I'm fine. I'm ready to go.
Good. What's first on the list?
Well, Chris Williams-Smith defeats Ryan Rozicki by TKO in a war.
Wow.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen any boxing tonight. I'm just going to quickly read it.
It was a real punch-out. I mean, they were clocking each other, and he almost had him down a couple of times, and many clean shots. Ryan Rozicki's a tough guy, but they wouldn't let him come out, I think, for the 8th round. He had too many cuts, and he was too swollen.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. I don't know if he's good enough to beat any, Jay Apataya or.
No, I mean he's not, but he's a world-class fighter, and obviously Apataya's not going to be around at that way.
Or even Benavidez, Benavidez would be a good.
No, they're different levels.
Yeah, I know.
But what I'm saying is, you got your top guys like Apataya and the Benavidez. They're different levels. But he's still good enough to be a world champion in that division.
Right. Well, it's interesting. We're going to talk more about Benavidez in a few minutes. But it was a good fight. I'll post the highlights up on Main Event, and you could give it a watch. But it's a very, very tough fight. So it's enjoyable to watch. It's on Zuffa, actually. On Paramount, I'm going to watch the whole fight later.
If it's on Paramount, I can probably watch it later on.
Good. It was good. You'll enjoy
it. Was any belt at stake here? Any continental belts or anything?
No, he's. I think it was just to advance, up the rankings. I looked it up. I couldn't find anything on a belt because he's like in different rating organizations. He's up there maybe at 4 or 6. Williams-Smith is. So in one, I think he may go all the way up to the first. So it depends on who wants to order a title shot for him at some point.
Yeah, if I was Williams-Smith, I'd just wait for Apataya or not Apataya. The IBF belt is the only belt he could probably win, from what I've seen of the guys of the IBF champion.
Right. It's interesting. I don't know. It'll depend on a number of factors, I'm sure, but in the rankings, it varies with him. So if you're looking at like who the cruiserweight champions are, it's Opataya and Benavidez.
There's 2 belts that are vacant. No, actually, no, that's the wrong thing. The IBF belt is vacant. The WBO and the WBA are tied up. The WBC is tied up. I think, that talks about our next thing that we're going to talk about.
Right.
Which is, what is the next thing?
Well, the next thing here is Andrew Maloney finally got an IBF Super Flyweight Championship. He defeated Wilbaldo Garcia and won a decision. Now, the question is, Bam Bam, he could become undisputed if he fights Bam Bam. Bam Bam could be undisputed.
That's a different leap altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Very much so. So, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think he could. Because I think what's happening there with Bam Bam, he wants to go up and fight, what's his name? The Monster.
Yeah.
The Japanese fighter. He wants to move up 2 weight classes and fight. He's putting everybody on notice in the division above him and the one up. Because he has to go 2 up, I believe, to fight the Monster over there in Japan.
Yeah.
So, I think the IBF belt was vacant, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, going back to Williams-Smith, right? He could do that. He could fight Opataya, if he wants to.
But Opataya doesn't have the belt. The only belt he has is that worthless paperweight, the Zuffa belt.
Well, he's the uncrowned king, really.
Yeah, he's the best in the division. Now, I think Benavidez is the best in that division now. Clearly, from what we've seen.
You don't think Opataya can take him?
No. Not after seeing
I
what
don't
I
know.
saw.
I think, either way, whichever way he goes. But anyway, we'll talk about him when we get to him. It's in there. But Maloney, getting back to that, I think he would lose. I think it's best if he stays away from Bam Bam. And Bam Bam could do whatever he wants to do moving up,
I mean, definitely, yeah. That makes more sense.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's too much. Too much. Too much. Anyway, you want to move on?
Yeah. What's next on the agenda?
Okay, so AJ said in a video interview that I'm going to read his words. There was a strict message that was given and a task that was laid upon me, and that was to get rid of Jake Paul and remove him from our beloved sport, which is boxing. Whether it took me 1 round, whether it took me 6 rounds, I believe the job was well and truly done. And it was well and truly done. I mean, Jake is saying because of his injuries, he may not fight again, right? But that's going to depend on who it is he's going to fight.
Yeah, he'll be back. I mean, Joshua, for him to come up with some nonsense like that, I just fuck off. Jake Paul has been good for boxing, whether you like him or not.
That's really true. It's true. He's brought some attention back to it, and especially for Serrano too. He's helped her a lot in women's boxing on his cards. He's had some good undercards with Serrano, and wasn't there one with Katie Taylor and on his card, or there were a couple of world title fights. So yeah, he's done a good job with that. So that's what AJ has to say. Now AJ's got to get through his next fight with that guy. What's his name? I forgot the guy's name. Who is it? AJ's going to fight. I don't remember.
Christian Prenger.
Something like that. Yeah, I have it somewhere, but I don't want to go running around looking for it.
Yeah, it's Christian Prenger.
Right. I'll take your word for it because you're a man who's in the know.
I watched him fight the other day. I saw his highlights, and he's terrible. The guy's terrible. So he won't even last 4 rounds. He's awful.
So that's good because they're giving him a runway, with the fight with Jake Paul, and now they're trying to build him back up, get him in shape if he's going to fight Fury.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, they're going to fight. They need a little more time to train and get their timing back because he was humiliated against Dubois.
Telling me.
Yeah, it was really bad. You want to move on?
Yeah, what's next on the...
Okay, now this is Artur Beterbiev. Now this is where Benavidez comes in. He said 2 days ago, Benavidez is the kind of guy who talks a lot more than he does. But it must be said that he's being handled very skillfully. He's already a world champion in 3 weight classes. But his boxing is dirty. And some of his victories are certainly questionable. He had a fight with Anthony Yard, and I agreed to fight him after that. His team apparently didn't expect me to agree so quickly, so they immediately changed their mind and chose Ramirez. That was a year ago. Generally, this has become the norm in boxing. Sometimes I'll box, sometimes I won't, choosing opponents. I like this one. I don't like that one. I have a different mentality. That's foreign to me. Beterbiev said in an interview with Match.
You know what? Beterbiev is 40 years old, and Benavidez would be too much for him at this point. He's in his prime. These guys, he's out of his prime, and he'd beat him. He hits too hard. He'd definitely beat him. And he's naturally, young, 28. He can punch hard. He'd be too quick for Beterbiev. And I think he'd have too much power for Bivol.
Opataya, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, you look at someone. If Bivol went up to fight Benavidez. Benavidez doesn't have the power to knock Benavidez. He goes 12 rounds with guys who are European level. You know, seriously. He can outbox him, but
you mean Bivol doesn't have enough power?
No. And he's proved that, you know, he can't even knock out guys like Effie. Benavidez would have knocked him out.
Well, like the old saying says, style make fights, and Opataya is a nightmare to fight because he's a very skilled boxer. He's a decent puncher. You know, he could be a very good puncher, in fact.
I think he needs to move up. I don't think there's nothing for him at cruiserweight. Nobody wants to fight him. What's the point? He should just move up.
Well, who's going to want to fight Benavidez?
This is the problem. Benavidez will end up at heavyweight. You know that. He'll end up at heavyweight.
Well, we'll see. I don't know how he'll deal with guys that are so much bigger.
I think he could do it the same way that, you know, Usyk has done. As a one-off fight, you know.
So what do you think is the biggest money match for him? I mean, who's out there for him at this point? That he can make, not in heavyweight, like he's cruiserweight, he could probably beat everybody in there, right?
The only person I'd say at cruiserweight who's there for him is Opataya, and that's about it. And then probably unifying the rest of the division. You know, the guys who've got the other belts.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I don't. Mykolayian is not going to be any problem.
No, of course he won't. And the IBF belt is vacant, so he can clear. He could have unification fight next and get all these belts cleared up. So in his next fight, what I reckon they'll do is he'll get a unification for the WBC belt, and then they'll throw the IBF in there.
And then the WC belt, he's been stripped of it already, right, Benavidez?
Of what belt?
Well, the WBC doesn't.
I'm talking about cruiserweight.
I'm talking about it too. So the champion there is Mykolayian.
He's still got his belts.
Right.
Light heavyweight, which is the WBA reg and the WBC. But yeah, they should strip him really.
Yeah, I mean, Opataya only has the ring belt. That's it.
Unless if Bivol does go, but if Benavidez does go back down to light heavyweight, I don't see the point now. No,
I don't see it either. He looked too strong at cruiserweight.
That's what I'm saying. But there's no real talent in cruiserweight if you take away Opataya, the rest of the ordinary fighters.
Right, but that could be a good money fight in Riyadh. Those two guys, that would be a good fight. I mean, I think the Turk would put up, the Sheik would put up a lot of money for that.
Oh, he would, yeah.
Because having Bivol in the mix there, I mean, Bivol could probably go up to cruiserweight and fight him. But like you said, that would be a whole other story, correct?
No, different ballgame altogether.
Yeah, totally. I mean, totally, but different ballgame.
What's next on the list?
Well, according to Eddie Hearn, the deal is done with rival Dana White. Shakur Stevenson is signed with Zuffa Boxing.
What?
Yeah. Just a few days ago.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, he wants money. He wants more money. And I think they're willing to give it to him,
It's crazy.
And he was stripped, I think, of one of the titles. He won the part of the 147, right? Didn't he? And then I think what happened was he got immediately stripped of the 140. Let's see. Yeah. So Devin Haney is there at 147. So Shakur is super lightweight. And who stripped him? It's the IBF is vacant. The WBC is Dalton Smith and Gary Russell. So Shakur, it looks like he only has the WBO title here.
And the Ring magazine, if you want to count that as well.
Right, that's right. But who did he beat recently up there?
He beat, am I getting confused? Didn't he beat Gary Russell or something? Not Gary Russell. He beat some guy, an American fighter.
Did he beat Stanios? No, he didn't beat Stanios.
He beat the guy for the WBA belt. I've forgotten his name. The guy who looks like Tim Bradley.
I forgot his name. Yeah, he won that fight. He won the fight. It wasn't Liam Paro.
It was.
No, he's got guys up there you could fight, like Keyshawn Davis, Connor Benn, you know.
He's Teofimo Lopez he beat last time, Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, but didn't he have a fight after that?
No.
No, he didn't, right. So, yeah, so Shakur Teofimo Lopez, so that would have been what, the WB?
That was the WBO.
WBO, yeah. Anyway, so now I guess they're probably going to try to match him with somebody really good for some money. And he should.
Yeah, I mean, at 154, I think he'd be better at 154. I think he beats all the guys easily at... what am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong... I think he beats everybody easily at this weight, apart from Gary Russell.
At 154?
Sorry, at 140. At 147, if he goes to 147, he'd beat everybody there.
He's got Crocker there. He's got Ryan Garcia. He's got Rolly Romero. Jack Catterall, Devin Haney. I mean, that would be an interesting fight, him and Devin Haney.
Right. He's got something these guys haven't got. He's an elite fighter, right? I know he sends us to sleep when he fights, but Garcia's more exciting to watch. But he beat all these guys. Lewis Crocker is a world-class fighter. Lewis Crocker.
Right. Well, he's got time. He's still young. So.
And Devin Haney, if he goes, I think he'd beat. I think he's better than Devin Haney.
Devin Haney looked good his last outing.
He does, but I think Shakur Stevenson's a bit better. To be honest, he's just that bit better.
Do you think he'll fight Manny Pacquiao?
Well, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? It'd be ridiculous. He'd destroy Manny Pacquiao. He'd kill him.
Manny Pacquiao is rated second in the WBO.
I mean, Devin Haney took Shakur Stevenson, or was it Devin Haney took Shakur Stevenson talked about fighting on a bend, didn't he? Or was that Devin Haney? I forget. No, it was Shakur Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Catterall, I forgot to mention. I didn't put it on a list. Had a good.
Yeah, the regular champion. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good win the other day. I forgot to put it up there. He looked good.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, but he looked good. Anyway, okay. You want to move on?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for this? Mike Tyson has also been seen along with Bud Crawford.
God.
Training Errol Spence for his comeback. Mike was teaching him some punching moves.
Oh, no, please.
How to get more weight into his punches. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, God, it is, yeah.
Well, I think it's a media thing. They're trying to get him back, get him back into the media so that he can make some money. He's been out for so long. But, yeah, that's what's happening.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
what graveyard? From what graveyard? Who will they dig up next? Sugar Ray Robinson. Jesus Christ, it's desperate, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, it's crazy times, right?
I'm Sugar Ray Robinson. I've been dead 40 years. Let me out of the grave, man. Between.
Oh man. Oh my God, you're funny. Yeah, who are we going to dig up next? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's what's happening there. And I mean, look, I want the guy to do well, but I don't want him to get hurt, man. The guy's been through too much.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Just through too much. But, it's interesting that Mike showed up to support him. And, the guy who last beat him is helping him, Bud is.
How can Mike Tyson show his face anywhere? After the embarrassment he did. Seriously, I mean, God, hasn't he lost any credibility after that?
Everybody loves Mike Tyson. People are always interested in seeing him no matter what he's doing.
I'm well over it, to be honest, yeah.
So that's what's happening, what happened this past year. But we had a good fight in the junior lightweight with Oshaki Foster and Raymond Ford.
I didn't see that. I saw the highlights.
Yeah, it was a good fight. And Oshaki, He's in a good division. We have Emmanuel Navarrete, who's very, very good. He owns 2 of the belts. And then we have, Anthony Cachet. I don't know how you say it over there. Is it Kachi? Yeah. He's good there. And that's a good division right now. You have good fighters in there. Conciejo, Suarez, Navarrete, Ford, which, he put up a good fight. And there's some guys coming up that look pretty good. Garner.
Is this featherweight or super featherweight?
This is super
featherweight. Yeah, super featherweight.
Yeah, super featherweight. I guess junior.
Yeah, Kakachi is a very underrated fighter. Very underrated.
He's gotten better as time has gone on.
Oh, he has, yeah.
He's lost a couple, but he's gotten better. And that's really good. I mean, he's putting in the work. And I got to give him credit for that, But he has some good fights there. He could get unified, maybe become undisputed. Yeah. Who knows, right?
I mean, it's a big...
Sorry about the sound effect there.
It's all right.
Somebody's at the door. I turned it off.
Okay, what's next?
Well, we talked about it, I think, Bivol came back and defeated, Efert to defend the belts. But do you think Benavidez is going to fight him, even if he moved up? Would he?
No, I don't think he would.
So there's no money in that? I mean, those are the only 2 fights I see him making money with right now. I mean, if he wants to go for the money.
I can't be bothered with Bivol. He sends me to sleep. He sends everybody to sleep. I watched the highlights of it and I switched off after 2 minutes and thought, this guy's dull. There's nothing exciting about Bivol.
He's a great boxer. You got to give that.
He is. I enjoy watching him from a technical standpoint for entertainment. No.
I mean, as a purist, if you're a purist, yeah. I mean, he does execute it.
I mean, look, if it's someone like Bud Crawford fighting, then I'll sit and watch the whole fight because I know how good he is. He makes it exciting. But Bivol, because he's fighting overmatched opponents, I don't know. This feels like a sparring session with every fight, doesn't it?
Well, not against Beterbiev. I mean, it wasn't like
no,
that.
But when you see him fight guys like Efiatek or whatever his name is, it's like you can see the motivation isn't there. When I watched it, you can say it's just a sparring session. Yeah.
Well, you got to. Yeah, I mean, the guy was. Getting
I know he had back surgery. Yeah.
Ring rust. Getting ring rust off of him. So who do you think? Okay, Bivol. Who did he should he go back and fight Beterbiev now or fight
No.
Or fight Buatsi? Because Buatsi's
he should fight someone like Buatsi, someone who's going to make him fight. Like we know he can,
What about Ben Whitaker?
Ben Whitaker's not ready.
That's not Bivol's fault, Oh,
well, he's not ready. He's clearly not. You've seen him fight. He's clearly not ready. I mean, he's knocking out garbage men. I mean, come on, give me a break. Give me a break.
But that's what I'm saying.
Stop breaking your bullshit. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Benavidez is the money fight for him.
He is, yeah. But do you think? I don't think Bivol will go up. I don't think he'll do it. He's too happy in his little comfort zone of the light heavyweight division where he knows he's better than everyone. He's too comfortable.
Yeah, but he's getting
34.
Older. Yeah,
if the money was right, I think he'd jump in there straight away.
And there's always Beterbiev, that a trilogy. So that's about it for him, really.
Right, let's move on to
the next one.
WBA have officially ordered Davis to defend his WBA belt against Floyd Schofield next, but he has an arrest warrant.
Yeah, he does. Unfortunately, that puts everything on hold. If he sets foot in Maryland, he there was an arrest warrant, related to a hit and run incident that injured 4 people in 2020, right? But then after that, and this past January, he was arrested for an altercation he had at Miami strip club, and after a 2-week manhunt. So these latest legal problems, came a week after this was ordered. So I mean, this guy, his youth is getting the best of him.
It is. Yeah, he needs to grow up. The problem is the WBA will either strip him or they'll make him champion in recess, like they've done before with people. So I think because they know his money, they'll wait to see what happens. They'll put him champion in recess, and they'll let Schofield fight for the belt.
Right. So yeah, I wish the guy luck. You know, he's talented and he's undefeated. He's a great boxer puncher.
Does he remind you of anyone?
Floyd?
You know who I'm going to say, don't you?
Floyd Mayweather.
No.
Who?
Broner. He's another Broner.
Oh, yeah. You know, Floyd, this past week was ordered to pay child support for a child that he had out of wedlock.
Huh. Who?
Floyd Mayweather.
When was this?
Just this past week.
How old is the child?
I don't know. I posted it on Main Event, so it's over there. Yeah. So that's happening. Oh, by the way, I was thinking, like, now Shiraz, right, is the world the WBA super middleweight champ. Canelo Alvarez is rated #1 below him.
What?
Yeah, in the WBO.
Wow.
You know, because all the belts split up, right? So the IBF is vacant right now. You know, they have Ulysses Iglesias. No, he's the IBF. And Mbili, he's supposed to fight Mbili soon. And Munguia holds one of the belts now. He holds the WBA. So I wonder how long. I think he's got this and another fight that he's contracted for.
Who? Floyd?
No. Alvarez.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention to him.
He could fight Shiraz if he wins this next fight.
He won't fight Shiraz. You've seen how good Shiraz is. He ain't going to fight him after losing to that little welterweight. He's not going to want to fight him. Shiraz hits even harder than Crawford. No, he won't want that smoke.
So I think
he's got to get through Mbili first, doesn't he?
Right, and Mbili brings a lot of energy to the fight. A lot of energy.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting, but I'm just predicting if he gets past Mbili, where his last fight will be. It'll probably be in Mexico against somebody.
Yeah,
maybe Munguia. You know, something not too, or maybe a rematch with Bud. That would be lucrative.
Yeah.
They don't even need to have titles. You know.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know, that kind of wraps this up for the
list. I'll stay on the line afterwards anyway. I'm going to end the podcast.
Anyway, good show.
We'll be back next week, guys.